the shadows where the light don't crawl. Blood on the mirror and I still stand tall. Voices in came up in the shadows where the light don't crawl. Blood on the mirror and I still stand tall. Voices in the attic whispering death told me slip my wrist and take my last breath. Creeping through the hallway, dragging a chain. Mouth so shut, but I'm laughing insane. Room full of crosses, upside down saints. Demons on my shoulders, chanting bloodstained grace. Child of the grave with a blade for a tongue. Chopping through the pain just to feel like someone. Maggots in my dreams, screaming black and white. Woke up with a crow on my chest last night. Mama tried to pray, but the Lord ain't home. Devil in my mind, put a throne in my dome. Pentagrams carved in my notebook spine. And the Reaper wanna feature, guess I'm next in line. And the whispers in the wall, they call my name. I tried to run, but I'm trapped in flame. Darkness crawls when the night don't sleep. These voices dig 6 feet deep. My hands on my throat, but they feel like mine. Is it death or the echo of a twisted mind? Don't blink, don't breathe, don't fall. They're waiting in the walls, they want it all. You fed me pain and I feasted in full. You tried to bury me, I swallowed the skull. I am the silence in your church at night. The shadow in the corner that avoids the light. Every cut you hide, I taste the red. Every scream you mute, I play in your head. You dream of peace, I dream of right. You think you healed, but you still ain't forgot. I'm the whisper that follows your daughter's laugh. I'm the face in the mirror when you take that bath. Carve your regrets in your skin like runes. You ain't walking out, this tomb's your room. You got whispers in the walls, they call my name. I try to run, but I'm trapped in flame. Darkness crawls when the night don't sleep. These voices dig 6 feet deep. Our hands on my throat, but they feel like mine. Is it death or the echo of a twisted mind? Don't blink, don't breathe, don't fall. They're waiting in the walls, they want it all. I hear you laugh in the vents at night, but I sharpen my soul and prepare to fight. Buried too long in your rotting cell, now I'm the hellspawn, breaking out of hell. You took my peace, you took my friends, but this is where your movie ends. No priest, no church, no God, no chain. I'm taking back what's left of my name. So bleed me slow or harm me fast, but I'll carve my truth in broken glass. If I go down, I'll go with flames. Screaming in your face, remember my name. The reapers in the walls, they call my name. I try to run, but I'm trapped in flame. Darkness crawls when the night don't sleep. These voices dig 6 feet deep. I hands on my throat, but they feel like mine. Is it death or the echo of a twisted mind? Don't blink, don't breathe, don't fall. They're waiting in the walls, they want it all.
Yo, my voice ripped so hard it cracked the glass. It's like a ripple effect when you smack an ass. I'm talking about shit if you only knowin' half the facts. Like your motherfucking doors, bitches snacking that. You we might look kinda different, but we really the same. They call me Big Buck Hunter cause I'm killing the game. You ain't gotta like my shit, but you be feeling my pain. Cause I'ma keep on pulling heat as I gain and again. I'm a alligator in the pile of iguanas. My whole style fucking hostile like piranhas. Rappers from subliminals that wild prima donnas. Always reaching like a white trash child at McDonald's. I'm a one-man team and my whole team savage. Just chillin', burn a blunt until the whole thing vanish. I'ma get up in the cooler, but I don't speak Spanish. It'll leave your pussy looking like I smoke meat salmon. Yeah, they getting chopped for the fake smiles and handshakes. Only doing this shit for my family and my fan base. Every time I drop a track, I gotta flip it like pancakes. I've been plotting my revenge and now I'm fit for a rampage. Trying to leave a legacy before I'm rotting and dead. Used to feel anxiety, but now I block it instead. Every track is influenza and I'm watching it spread. Pretty much the only 2 words that I got in my head. Fucking right. I'm getting this paper and if you're back doing the same. Fucking right. If you rollin' some weed and you taking it straight to the brain. I'm fucking right. If they ask if you planning on killing this shit on the way. But if you like me, then you probably already know exactly what you gonna say. Fucking right.
I'm fucking right and I ain't going left. Don't need a crystal ball to tell me that I'm on next. Me and my numbers been jumping, ducking like Sean Kemp. Fucking 360, my distribution is convex. I've been meeting niggas trying to get a piece. They throw us rents and I'm the owner. Niggas have the couple. I'm going hard just like a boner. Got the giggling on his knees. I'm coming strong right in his face. That bitch is screaming arguing. You get Try and come and be what I be. If I'm A, you getting skipped like we going to see. Been jumping, got the jiggle like a couple of D's. Not giving a F, you rapping like your tank is on E. On lock, how I got it, and I'm chucking the keys. Some good pussy, how the industry be fucking with me. Got the juice, I be shining like the sun in Capri.
Fucking right. I'm getting this paper and leaving back doing the same. Fucking right. If you rolling some weed and you taking it straight to the brain. Fucking right. If they guess if you planning on killing this shit on the way. But if you like me, then you probably already know exactly what you're gonna say. Fucking right.
Things that you should never see. Never gonna spill upon the ground while it feel like blood. Just exactly what I've been speaking of when I say I'm a box full.
To the ancestors, known and unknown, Ashe. To the gods, known and unknown, Ashe. All the praise, all the glory be to the Most High. What's going on, guys? It's your favorite Cosmic Warrior, back at you with another Galactic Transmission. Let's get a prayer in, then we'll tap into the energy. Already picking up the energy of massive regrets. Some people that thought that they could wear your shoes. You know, it's given the energy of, like, you know, finding calm on the storm, right? You were able to find the calm in the storm, but it's they were looking from the outside and it looked like it was calm waters, but it's it's learning to control our energy. It's not allowing our energy to be affected by outside events. Well, it's the understanding that, well, this too shall pass. You know, but that's what kind of... Sometimes that's all that gives you comfort in the storm. It's knowing that, well, this can't last forever. And I'm a persistent-ass motherfucker, so we'll wait. It has to end at some point, eventually. Spirit, thank you for coming through. Thank you for guiding and protecting this message. Thank you for removing any negative energy from the area. Thank you for allowing this to get to any and everyone it's intended to. And so it is.
Feet hit the ground, I was so fucking happy to be alive. My heart was pounding and well, I've been clean ever since. Quit my daily regimen, then 8 years later I moved back in with my sister again. And she was still getting fucked up on Seroquel and Oxys. Regardless of how hard we tried to get her to stop, she just wouldn't listen. She died of accidental overdose, and it kills me that her children are the ones who found her comatose. I'm a box full of
Service industry worker. That's my light worker card. Psalms 91. A thousand shall fall at my side, and 10,000 at my right. But what's sticking out to me was the reference to Seroquel in that song. And Seroquel is a sleeping medication. But the interesting thing about a sleeping medication is we used to get it in jail, right? Well, people were prescribed to it in jail, and they wouldn't take it, and then they would sell it for you, right? They would trade it. But the funny thing about Seroquel is if you fight it, right? If you fight it, it's gonna make you want to try to fall asleep. But if you fight it, it like trips you out. You go into like a weird like trip. Mm. It's like they're trying to fight off the effects of the energy that they sent out. It's like it's the energy of they should have done their research first because, it's. I'm not saying there's people you can touch and people you can't touch, but they probably should have done their research and they probably, well, it's that's interesting. It's the energy of they were warned. But it's funny, people's egos, especially people that dabble in dark stuff, right? Their egos, especially they. Well, it's interesting too, though. It's what we decide to do. We decide to make good choices with our life and look at the way that the Most High blesses us. I was gonna say benefit. It benefits us to what? To do things the right way, to do things the proper way, to not cut corners is what it's giving. It's the energy of cutting corners. Cutting corners doesn't get us anywhere. What's funny is people think that they're cutting corners and they're getting ahead. But what are they really doing? And it's like it's a straight line, but when you cut that corner, there are no corners in a straight line. And so when you cut that corner, what are you doing? You're going in a loop. You're going in a loop. You're going in circles. You're eating your own tail. Congratulations. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Look who's on this ride, I get the harness starts to tighten quick. The lap bar presses down on me, I panic and I try to lift. Then I hear the click, no more light exists. Alright, I guess this is it, life begins. Like 2 minutes in, I was already sick of this feeling. Sick of this feeling, I'm feeling a little bit different. By the age of 6, my head was already spinning. How much older I gotta grow before it all switches. Fast forward to 14, I'm still hoping to ditch it. I'm noticing it more each day that I don't really fit in. How much more must I endure before it's all finished? It's like 100 miles, my mind is going a minute. I got friends all around me, but it's only within. Cause I pretend to be normal, but I'm just coping with this shit.
friends all around me. Friends all around me. Pretending to be normal. Pretending to be normal. But it's like, you know what I'm getting? It's the energy of, when I had my awakening, right? I couldn't hide the light. You know what I mean? I was just filled with so much joy and peace and happiness, and it's like I couldn't contain it. I didn't want to contain it. Why would I want to? I want this to overflow into everyone. The fuck? You should, but it's funny. It's all around me. But it's at that time, though, I wasn't surrounding myself with anyone. I was fully engulfed in my own energy. I was fully engulfed, in myself, following all my guidance, But it's when I rarely popped out. But when I did, it was, it's noticeable change. Well, especially because looking back at some of the times when I popped out, it's, when did people see me last, Really down, out. Life kicked me in the fucking balls. I was really some really low lows. And then next time you see me, it's like a smile plastered on my face. It's like, I'm sure, yeah, throw people in a loop. Like, what the fuck? This is the same person? Is this the same person? But it is. It was the most authentic version of me that, has existed in this timeline. Well, it's not even the same timeline. I've who knows how many timelines ago that was? A lot. It's the energy of like April Fools. It's like the energy of they didn't want you to know how protected you are. It's like they wanted your protection, out of sight. Like. Well, it's interesting too, though. When we aren't looking at things properly, right? It doesn't matter how close it is or how far away, right? If we're not looking through the proper lens, we're not going to see it clearly. It's always going to be a little blurry. It's always going to be illegible, right? Until we start looking at things properly. But how do we do that? It's the shift of consciousness. It's the shift of perspective. It's You know, it's mindset changes. Keeping it locked up inside. Mindset changes. Mindset changes. Well, but it's all, you know, changing our mindset. But what is that? It's our programming, right? It's getting rid of the false programming. It's like, oh, you thought you were embedded in there for good. It's no. But that's interesting too. It's the realization. You know, it's a realization that we could master reset our programming. You know, it's the realization that we can get rid of everything that no longer serves us. All the outdated beliefs. But that's what it is, beliefs. And what do we replace a belief with? A knowing. And I'll take a knowing I'll take one knowing over a billion beliefs. Because you only believe in what you do not know. So, fuck a belief.
It's so crazy, you're falling from the shine. It's crazy when it's cozy with mine. Don't keep it bottled up inside. You knew you couldn't fuck with mine. And now you're looking up too high. Right here, motherfucker, I'm a giant.
I speak my mind when I step in the lab. I done read that the size of the flag of Japan. I let them crawl out the gutter, watch the bucket of crabs. I got a nice little bitch to get me out of this jam. If they don't want no problem, you know I'm the fucking man. I'm looking like hit the lotto, fresh is just what I am. You know I'm a fucking giant. I hear you going down. I'm laughing at all you rappers. Brooklyn is standing proud. You don't want no drama. You is nothing.
Hidden the giant going down. But that's back to the energy of the light worker. You know, it's probably should have done your research first. You know what's interesting too? It's the energy of jealousy. It's the energy of jealousy. But it's what? You know, for being the generational curse breaker. You know, for not being the one that betrays your bloodline by going along with the fuckery. Because that's what it is. It's betrayal. You know, it's people will be jealous of you for being the generational curse breaker, yet they had every opportunity. They had every chance just as much as you did. They just didn't choose it. They chose silence. They chose that they didn't choose they didn't choose to seek out truth. They betrayed themselves. Something we're all guilty of.
It's time to make somebody bleed, yeah. You wanna be, but you ain't even in my league. I've been training all my life, and you ain't taking this from me, cause I'm a misfit. Yeah, I'm a misfit. Said I'm a misfit. Yeah, I'm a misfit. Doubt bleeding, I'ma make them all believe. I got my back against the wall, it's time to make somebody bleed, yeah. You wanna be, but you ain't even in my league. When I set my mind to something, ain't nothing I can't achieve, cause I'm a misfit. Bad luck will teach you with this place fits. You don't know my struggle, I'm a dragon through the trench. I got the tools to get it done, ain't talking about hammers and wrenches.
Having the tools to get it done. Having the tools to get it done. The way it almost just like slipped out of my hands, but it's well, it's the way that we're standing in our power. You know, it doesn't matter who's trying to get their hands on us, no matter who's trying to get their hands on our whatever they're trying to get their hands on. You know, when we're standing in our what is standing in our power? It's standing in our truth. It's standing in our authenticity, which it's standing in our accountability. There's no power without accountability, you know, because we aren't holding ourselves accountable. What's the power? And there's no power in double standards. There's none.
This is for my misfits, I'm about to shut it down, y'all. Doubt me and I'ma make them all believe. I got my back against the wall, it's time to make somebody bleed, yeah. You wanna be, but you ain't even in my league. I've been training all my life, and you ain't taking this from me, cause I'm a misfit. Yeah, I'm a misfit. Said I'm a misfit.
You know, but it's the misfits, you know, but it's the energy of refusing to conform. It's conforming to what? To the old ways. It's actually the new ways. You know, the ways the where, you know, we never learn anything. We only, you know, remember things. That's interesting too. But it's the lies. It's the lies that keep coming back. It's the lies that keep coming back into society. They just keep coming back in different form. And for what purpose? To enslave us? And it's like, oh shit, the slaves are waking up. Oh shit, they're getting too smart. Oh shit. You know what a big thing is too? You know, a lot of church music is what? It's sorrow, you know, sorrowsome. It's bad energy to put yourself into, right? It's slave music. Of course the slave masters would want you singing songs where you have no power. Of course they would. You know, and it's to guard our mind, to guard our heart. It's to guard our voice. It's, you know, yes, there are songs of joy and this and that, but there's a lot of, it's a lot of subliminal messages. It's back to the energy of the words that we put out. It's a lack of understanding. It's a lack of understanding, overstanding. There's no standing of the words that we use on a daily basis. But it's a daily basis, enlightenment. Constantly working to cleanse our energy, constantly working to cleanse our mind, constantly working to just anything. It's being observant. That's what it is. It's the energy of being observant of everything around us. Everything. It's everything. It's, a big problem I had when I first went through my awakening, was I was still fully in like the 3D world, right? And so, going and working in like the kitchen and this and that. What's in the kitchen industry? It's a whole lot of stress, anger, aggression. It's a whole lot of negative energy. And as I was standing more in my power, as I was, becoming more of aware of that, and not just, when I say more aware of the energy, I felt it. And, but that's the positive as well as the it's more than a discomfort. That shit, I could feel the negative. And that shit was it was not comfortable. It's not a pleasant feeling. And so, it's funny, people think I have no fears. I kind of fear getting my energy back to that level because it's not comfortable. And so until I feel, but that's that's part of me feels like, all right, that's the lies I tell myself because blah, blah, blah. Those are the battles that I fear, because without full control of my environment, it's really uncomfortable. And so partially I work daily on cleansing my energy, but I don't go over and beyond to retrace some of the steps that I took that led me to the highest point that I had my energy. I'm constantly still working and improving and growing my consciousness, but as far as my energy, I don't know if I want to get back to that level. Not right now. It's, being in tune, it's pros and cons. But it's interesting too. It's a lot of times we fixate on the wrong thing. A lot of times we fixate too much on the cons.
Time and time again that I'm not selling you my soul. So quit offering me shit. Stay out of my ear. Leave me the fuck alone.
Well, if you ever need me, just speak my name.
Watch when you speak of me. I peek on you frequently. I know all the deepest, darkest things that you keep secretly. He's always watching, cause he is always near. Speak of the devil, and
Speak of the devil and he may appear. You know, it's funny too is, you know, we always ask God for things, right? You know, we're supposed to get inspiration off other people. You know, other people are supposed to inspire us. We're not supposed to keep our eyes fixated on them because then that turns into jealousy. But it's the ones that have watched us grow up. It's the ones that watched us fall into the same paths that they took. Yet we make completely different choices. Sometimes maybe it's because they weren't even aware that there's forks in the road. They weren't aware that they have choices, that they have options. Or maybe they were aware. Maybe they knowingly made the wrong choice. They made the easy choice. They took the easy road. They took the shortcut. And they know that they did. And they watch you. They watch you take the right path. The long path. The right path. And get rewarded for it.
Today, all slaves to the money or the whips and chains. Set the chains of platinum and the whips got rims now. White collar robbery. Get down, I'm headed down and back to fight for what I believe. When I not believe you motherfuckers all forgot about me. Or you forgot about the dues that I paid in the streets. Acting like I went soft cause I ain't stayed in the streets. I played in the streets, laid in the streets. Stood up like a man, I was brave in the streets. Got paid in the streets, got made in the streets. Then I hit rock bottom so I prayed in the streets. Take it from me cause I believed there was a way out. Just didn't know if I could find the strength I need to stay out. Instead of being proud, you wanna hate on my drive. Behind that faking ass smile, I see the hate in your eyes. It's funny, but it seemed like you forgot about me. I took a couple month break from years of locking the streets. But motherfuckers jocking my steeds, cop my CDs and try to play them for the D's. Why they copping they please? Not me, you can't stop me from murdering beasts. And word on the streets is that I put the dirt in the streets. Working for keeps and I don't ever work with police. But if I didn't hate them so much, they...
You know, but it's the energy of not being able to see the hard work that you put in. You know what's funny too, though, is how some people, well, okay, let's use myself for instance, right? I can be so transparent, yet at the same time, it could seem like at the same time people will have no idea anything about me. Yet I'm fully transparent. You know, but we only perceive things at the level that we're able to. That's interesting to receive. But it's lessons. Everything is a lesson. Everything is our teacher. You know, it's a lot of times that we forget that we're also the student. You know, just as we play the role as teacher, we also are meant to play the role as student. It's not just one or the other. It's both. But it's the discernment. Knowing when to use one. Knowing when to be the other one.
Yo, when I was younger, I was hated high school. Walking around trying to make the pot, kids think I'm cool, but I just gave up. I knew that I can never be pop. I knew that I can never be something. I know that I'm not.
Giving up, you know, giving up on our dreams. You know, it's energy. It's people that didn't chase their dreams for whatever reason. You know what's interesting too is, you know, a lot of us, we put our lives on hold when we have kids, right? When we have children. You know, my son was, you know, a blessing in disguise, you know. You know, it's a life changer. Well, it's supposed to be. It is one way or another. You know, but it's interesting, as I always said, once my son was 18, you know, I wouldn't be there anymore. My son was the only reason why I even stayed around that area. There was nothing holding me there for the longest of time other than him. And just, it's interesting how, you know, I spoke that into existence, the way that everything just played out. But it's, you know, a lot of times we put our own growth, our own journey on pause to either start a family, or, you know, maybe we attempt to start a family and then things go south. You know, we lose sight of our dreams, our goals. You know, the storms of life come in. And, you know, it's, you know, it's funny, but even on some of the sunniest days, there's always going to be storm clouds. There's always going to be a dark cloud. You know, but even on the sunniest days, some people are always going to choose to fixate on the one dark cloud. And then they're always going to, oh, what if it comes over here and follows me all day long, this one cloud? You're going to fixate on this one, the only single cloud in the sky. And but that's how people are sometimes. You know, what's interesting too is you know, but okay, you know, but it's the energy of like going to the beach, well, you know, and you can go and you can buy all the things to make the beach enjoyable. But go by yourself. And can you still have fun by yourself? Of course you can. Are you able to? You know, are you only able to have fun with other people? Are you only able to have fun with things? You know, it's the value that people put on their peace, on their joy, on their happiness. You know, those things they're free and they're priceless at the same time. You know, but the investment that we make on ourselves, the journeys that we venture on, but it's a lot of times we don't go on the new journeys because it requires ending whatever path we were on. That's interesting too, is, you know, investments. You know, at what point do we realize things are just stealing our money? You know, at what point, you know, we got a beat up car. And at what point do we keep investing into a car? At what point is it so far out of alignment where we can't bring it back? Or we could, but at what cost? You know, but that only comes through evaluation. And that conclusion only comes from what? The tough realizations, like, fuck. It's like, I got a lot of emotional attachment to this. We've been to hell and back. I want, everything in me wants to keep putting into it. But at the same time, I know that's the worst thing for me to do right now. Well, it's the tough choices to make. Not easy choices to make. But necessary ones to make.
Who's your favorite MC? I'm the complete opposite. My chopper hits any little faggot rapper with confidence. The filthiest 2 feet to step foot on your continent. I'm on some presidential campaign, G-Mo Obama shit. Sending out drones to the mainstream regime. And anybody repping the same team can bleed, nigga. If I go any deeper down, I'm hellbound. Take whatever's worth more. It's a global turf war. And me and Joker are both racing to claim the Earth's core. Try to fuck me out of everything I work for. To find you floating in the fucking water like a surfboard. Cowabunga. I hit the mic, every line counts. You wave right while I'm hang gliding past the White House. Since I'm rocking with J to the O, niggas might pout. Cause they already know you motherfuckers keep it right down. Are you looking for me? Where we at?
You'll find us underneath the ground.
Yeah, hey, are you looking for me? Yeah,
You'll find us
yo,
streets get dark at night, then we emerge like the steam rising up from the gutters and the curves.
I got the urge to serve any rapper using words like YOLO, swag, and swerve. I'll give them what they deserve, nigga.
We ain't thugs, we just live in the sludge. It's for this underground shit, we've all given our blood.
And I was sent with a grudge to pull the plug on the industry. I'm making more enemies than John F. Kennedy.
Like bang, bang, leaving the mainstream bleeding. Everybody got something to say until we come to see 'em, nigga.
At the radio station, subliminally speaking, till I catch you outside in your safe haven and I'm swinging.
For now, we keep it down, underground in control. Soon every manhole cover around will explode.
And every man who chose to step on my toes will be exposed. What goes up must come down and close.
Every man that stepped on my toes will be exposed. What goes up must come down. They probably should have thought that one out through before they pulled the trigger. That's for somebody. We're going to end that one right there. Actually, yeah, I'm going to wrap that up. I'm done for tonight. But thanks for tapping in. Thanks for your likes, your shares, your comments, your gifts. Thank you for the exchange of energy. And until next time.